to Aalen in Germany for the UCI Mountainbike Eliminator World Championships for 2024. With me, Emma Martin.
And me, Matt Payne.
Can the defending champions Titouan Perrin-Gagné from France and the Italian Gaia Tormena walk away with rainbow stripes again this year? Well, we've a whole host of riders on form today who will surely be making this a difficult task for them. Well, we are going to start off today with an introduction from today's racetrack. And can you guess, Matt, who is going to take us through that?
I hope it's a world champion.
It is indeed. It's Titouan Perrin-Gagné.
Hello guys, we are here in the iconic city of Aalen for the World Championship, and I will show you the track. For sure, one of the most important parts of the track is the start here. And yeah, super important part because just after the start, you have the GER ways, the first big obstacle, so you have to be in really good position. A few meters after, you have the second obstacle, it's Brooked Rock. And it's narrow, it's corner, it's tricky. So yeah, another hot point of the track. Come with me to check the other one. We are here in the ID jump, so you have A line, you have to jump over the car, and the B line is here for sure for the guys who are not able to jump over the car. And here it's the bar straight, for sure one of the most emotional parts of the track because a lot of spectators cheering us. Just after the bar straight, you turn on the left, you have the lotto jump, so two options, and yes, it can be tricky. And we are here in the Kratky wall, the last corner of the track. So like you see, two options, high and low. High you have more speed, and low it's more safe, especially if it's raining on Saturday. Just after this corner you have to take more speed, a lot of speed, because it's the biggest obstacle of the track, the OSR jump. We jump over the fountain. And just after this jump, it's the finish line, the last straight, so you have to sprint.
Well, one lap of the course today for the time trial, 2 laps for the race itself, and you can see the results there of the women's time trial that took place earlier today. Gaia Tormena, the reigning world champion, coming through with the fastest time. Fromberger, Boissier, Litte, De Vries and Shrivers a little bit further back, and the quarterfinals lines up like it does in front of you today. Just to note, Leah Shrivers, well, she won here in 2023 and she was second in 2022, and she has indeed progressed to the quarterfinals. Well, the first heat for the quarterfinals lining up is Aalen from Germany, Tormena from Italy, Migden from Denmark and Closier from France.
So we got our riders here. 2 riders will go through to the next round. 2 riders eliminated. It's the elimination race, and you need to be right up in the mix. And as we go off from this race start, Pauline Closier, the former world champion, up on the front, and it looks to me like there is an issue here for Gaia Tormena from the start. The world champion surely is out here. This is not good. She's being disrespected. Take a look here as we go out and through, just looking down onto this start line. We're just going to take a look. Sorry, apologies. It is Tormena on the front there. That white jersey, of course, they're racing in their national champions jerseys. Oh, do you know what? I missed the rainbow jerseys. Will she be able to take it back? So Tormena off from the start here over the top. You can see very quickly Closier sits in second wheel here with the white stripes of France on those sleeves. Then in the red, it is going to be Migden. This is going to be about that push. So German rider being distance, and the battle between the former world champion with that number 9 plate, that is Closier, up against Migden. Migden comes up the inside, got the elbow up the inside, and going to push Closier wide all the way to the barrier feet there. But at the moment it's Tormena who's leading out, so that kick from the start took her clear as she came off from the start line and behind. That battle is between the second and third place. Remember, 2 riders through, 2 riders eliminated, and that means that the fight for second place is the real key one. If you're off the front clear, as we see Tormena go over the car jump here, clear it with some distance to spare, well, you don't have to worry too much. It's going to keep those wheels rubber side down. Make sure you don't lose the bike due to a mechanical. But through the bar section goes Tormeni. Now this battle behind Migdam, starting to open the gap on to Closure here, and it may well be that she's going to stop the need for a sprint, or a sprint too hard as she goes down that finishing straight up over the big gap jump here, this big drop down. Migdam down safely behind. Closure will try and carry that pace, but I don't think she's going to make it here. Well, defending champion goes through with some room to spare in one, behind in two, also going through is going to be Migdam. Closure is out, and the German woman, that is Aalen, out as well.
Well, Gaia Tormena and Lena Migdam doing the business in heat number 1 today, progressing through to the semi-finals. These are the quarterfinals, and this is heat 2 in the women's race, and our riders are lined up and ready to go. Well, down in that starting pen, these 4 riders are indeed ready to go. They're awaiting the 15-second marker. Some excitement from the New Zealand woman. That's Jessica Manchester there with the 13 plate. Borrelli in 1 from France. Lite from Brazil in 2. De Vries from the Netherlands in 3. And Manchester from New Zealand in 4, being given the 15 seconds to start.
So Borrelli, the French woman on the left-hand side, absolutely flying at this season, but maybe wishing she was a little further up in the standings with the rider who's going to lead them out here. Well, it was a big, fast start by Lacey, the Brazilian, but over the top, you can see that Didi De Vries, who absolutely loves this course, so absolutely flying here. She's a rider who seems to revel in the fact this is a really technical, really a bold course, and flying over there. And as you can just see, if you're further back, we just saw Manchester go over there from New Zealand, back in the black, the iconic New Zealand strip there. If you're at the back and you're too close on the run in, if you have to check your speed at the top of any of these gap jumps, it leaves you in a precarious position on landing. Now, Manchester goes to the left-hand side. She's cutting the corners here. She was very tight on those bollards down the middle there, just trying to claw some time back to get back into contention. But as they come down at the end of lap number 1, it's going to be Didi De Vries who's going to come through, leading Lite in 2. In 3, Margot Borrelli, and then in 4 at the moment it's going to be Manchester at the end of lap 1, and the 2 riders in 3rd and 4th place have work to do to close down Lisa, but a good obstacle there, just going over the top, doubling it up there. That extra little bit of distance from Margot Borrelli, I think it's going to take her almost onto the wheel of Lite here. She's got to choose her moment. When is she going to try and make a move? Right up into contention. She now comes onto the back. Now they've got to get over this without having to brake check at all. All 4 riders safely over the top here and coming down into the bar straight. Here come the riders. Very difficult to overtake here. Very easy to defend this. A chance to take a breather if you want to get a little bit of recovery as you go through there. Just a big deep intake of breath and just ease back on the pedals before a kick. Some riders will want to keep the pace, and I think we're going to see that now. Manchester tries to come up on the inside. Are we going to see a different line through here from anybody? No, we're not. Onto the top they go. It's about getting the roll off here, getting the momentum right. Manchester, I think, is too far back. Lite came off at pace. Has she got enough to hold it? The sprint for 2nd and 3rd place. It's so tight as they go through. That was close, but Borrelli, Manchester out, De Vries and Lite through.
Well, De Vries in absolute command of that heat, and she's putting in some amazing performances in the World Cups this year. Lara Lite qualifying in 2, Borrelli giving it her all in the sprint, but not progressing. Heat 3, we have a Bramerson from Sweden, Fromberger from Germany, Van Dienst from the Netherlands, and Cyril from Estonia.
So big pressure on Marion Fromberger. Her face is all over the big billboards around the town here. She's expected to perform here. A lot of pressure sometimes results in making diamonds, sometimes it makes dust. What's it going to be today for Fromberger? In she comes, she's leading them into the truck here. She spent plenty of time on course. She leads out as they go down underneath that truck. Immediately behind is Bramerson, one of the riders who can put together a fantastically fast time trial, a 1 lap excellent performance, but we've not seen her today put in a maybe matching 2nd lap, but is today the day she's going to do that? Immediately behind her, Amund van Dienst is there in the Netherlands jersey. That's that orange and white jersey. just sitting on the heels of the riders in front, and silver from Estonia in 4th place. So all of this will move over onto the B line here by Fromberger. It's going to cost her time. It takes her from 1st into 2nd place there, but less risk. And if you get the A-line right, you can get a better time, a better pace through there. Now move on the inside here by Van Diest. Fromberger goes from 1 to 3. She's now left herself a huge amount of work to do there on the rollers. She then had an issue going over the top there, lost loads of pace by not doubling it up and going from the takeoff ramp to the landing ramp. She makes that ground back, but now under pressure now she's chasing Abrahamson. The rider at the front, Van Diest, into the blue. Abrahamson in 3. This is Fromberger, and has Fromberger got an issue with the bike here? She has to take the B lines, which are slower. They are the non-A line races, and the route that takes you on an A line is always quicker if you get it right. But they are back together. Van Diest's pace here has just come off. Now, Aalen Van Diest has got a ferocious sprint on her. I certainly wouldn't see her getting past in the final straight, but has Fromberger deliberately left herself some space? She's going to take the A-line this time. She does. She's going to go up over the top of the A-line. She lands it. Has she got enough momentum? She's going to come on the right-hand side of the road, on the left-hand side of the screen. Has she got the sprint? She's going for it. Van Diest goes through. Fromberger has got an issue with the bike, a big issue with the bike, a problem at the back tyre. So that is an issue for Fromberger. If that was an issue on the bike, that is super smart riding.
Well, I'll tell you something, Fromberger managing her machine today to ensure a qualification through to the World Championship semi-final. She's going to get that sorted, but the next heat already down. McKay from New Zealand, Boissier from France, Shrivers from Germany, and Giorgio from Cyprus are down and ready to go. The 15-second board comes over.
And it's any time in the next 15 seconds that the riders can be released. Neil Simpson, chief commissaire here. He's the race referee in charge of all of the racing, sending the riders away. And at the moment, as they go off onto this straight, Madison Boissier almost getting that landing wrong. She landed it, and then on the transition down, nearly lost it. She still holds the lead. Riders making lots of little mistakes here. They've got to keep it together as they go down. They are pushing the limits of technology. They're pushing the limits of the machine as they take the landing. They are absolutely on a tightrope of keeping it together. Can they make it from one end of the course to the other? We are going to see without losing that machine. So you can just see at the moment Boissier leading this out, taking that left-hand turn immediately on the heels there. Big push coming on. And are we going to see Leah Shrivers, who loves this course, going to be able to hold that second position that she holds at the moment as they come to the end of this lap? At the moment, at the back of the group is Amelie McKay. McKay working hard out of the saddle here for New Zealand, trying to close gap down, but Shrivers goes over the top, around the outside, takes the long way, around the outside of Boissier. Now, Boissier has to keep it together. You can see the riders as they land. They're trying to keep that bike vertical as they land. If the bike lands slightly on its side, it's going to go sideways. If they don't keep the control, it's putting extra risk, extra pressure on the tyres, which are already on the limits of what they're going to do a lot of the way around this course. And maybe that is where we have seen issues for Fromberger here in her home race, but smart riding by her to get that fixed. These riders need to keep a smart head on at the front of the race here. Schravers, the German rider, again, home nation's rider here, racing at the front of the race. Immediately behind Madison Boissier, a real breakout season for her so far in the World Cup Series. She was good. Oh, and makes a mistake on the landing there. Commentator's curse hits again because as she goes over, doesn't quite get that right, but she corrected it. She's going to hold it now. The commentators will take a look at that as to whether or not, when she landed on the course markings, that then impeded Shriver sprints to go over the line. I don't think she managed to throw it at the right time. Sorry, not Shriver, saying Giorgio to do that at the right time. So, Shriver sprints through. Boissier in 2. Giorgio not quite making it. The question will be, was there any hindrance on the way through there from that issue from Boissier?
Well, our results of our quarterfinals are up indeed. So Tormena and Migden Van Diest and Fromberger, De Vries, Lite, Shrivers and Boissier the 8 riders to progress to the World Championship semi-finals today here in Aalen in Germany. Well, those are the women progressing. This is the men's 8th final results, and some big stories today. Lind took the win in the time trial. Kalhoven and Gegenheimer half a second back. 4 riders a second back, but Molnar and Series both have gone out in the 8th finals earlier on today. Lorenzo Series currently lying second in the World Cup, one of the key favourites for today, a broken chain. Eddie Molnar 4th in the World Cup standings at the moment, also going out today. Well, this is the first heat of the men's quarterfinals. It's Gerli from Hungary, Lind from Sweden, Rocker from Norway and Graf from Germany.
And away they go now. Lind has been on fire today. He has been setting the fastest lap. He's been leading from the front. He's been taking the win in the time trial, qualifying in first. And he, at the moment, is our World Cup leader. He looks over his shoulder going in, and it allows the riders to just take a little bit of a move. Gerli goes over the top there, a little hop up the curb coming in and round. Lind's just going to the side there, sitting in second wheel. Rocker in third at the moment as they go through from Norway. This is going to be about who can keep their calm, who can keep their cool here. Silas Graf coming in through, the German rider in 4th position, just keeping an eye on what's going on here. Graf comes up the inside. If your 4th rider is clear, the slightly slower pace around the corner allows you to take that shorter route. The course design instead allows designing it so it allows you to get back in touch once again. Really critical. Now big push comes, Gary goes, big squeeze from him. Rocker comes up on the inside. Is Rocker going to have the inside line? He does. He's got his elbows out first in position 1, but Lind keeps on pushing over the top. Gary comes up alongside, and look at this big push from Graf as well. You could go from hero to zero very quickly on this course, and at the moment as they dive in, this is going to be about staying in front. Rocker leading, Lind in 2, then Graf, and then Gerli. It's so tight between these 4. Any mistake, any slight hesitation here, and they are going to find themselves in trouble. But Rocker leading out, another man, a pick for many people, as being the rider who needs to get this nailed today, because he's shown that he's got the pace. This could be a massive breakthrough for him if he can take it all the way to the finals. He's leading them out. Lind is in second place here. Then you can see Graf coming. Now Graf is going to work hard. He's going to try and carry more momentum off and roll onto the wheel of Lind. He's up against one of the best sprinters in the XCE travelling circus, and at the moment, well, he comes through the ringmaster there, though. Rock, he makes that. He's in the front. Lind in 2, Graf in 3, Gerli in 4.
Well, Graf and Gerli, the 2 riders going out in that heat. Rocker and Lind going through to the semi-finals. Heat number 2, down in the start pens. It's Huber from Germany, Hauser from Austria, Van Eck from the Netherlands, and Klausmann from Germany.
So 2 Germans, 1 on each side. Klausmann, a very fast starter. Van Eck was looking imperious in his heats and in those 8th finals. Hauser has got pace this season. This could be one of the tightest of our quarter-finals. They start to shuffle themselves out. Van Eck just about leading this out at the moment. Let's go down. Hauser is in 2. Klausmann moves up on to the side there. And at the moment, this is going to be incredibly tight. So, into the left, you can see there's almost a hesitation from the riders in 2 and 3 here, waiting for the moment to push on those pedals. I think there's plenty left in the tank for them as they sit behind Van Eck, who I think is controlling the pace a little bit here. You can just see, taking a look over his shoulder, this is a much more tactical race than we've just seen. It's less about just going flat out. There's a little bit more in terms of pacing in this early part of the course. Massive air getting gained over the top there by Julian Hooper. It nearly went wrong for him because he nearly missed the landing ramp altogether. There's no time to showboat. You might be in front of your home crowds, but if you are in contention, anything happens at the front of this race, you want to be in a position to take advantage. Huber, live foot on the inside, just coming out of the pedals. Hauser whipping it up on the way down. I tell you something, they might be in the World Championships. They might be in front of a huge crowd here, but they're not afraid to style it up on the way over the top. Van Eck leading this out in 1 behind him. Hauser, will he make a move? He knows he'll go through into Klausmann with it all to do at the moment because he's not in position to unleash a sprint, and he's up against Van Eck and Hauser. Now, another look as you come in here into this bar area by Van Eyck, very, very popular place to take a look over the shoulder to see what is going on. They are basically in the position that they came out, a more conservative approach to the jump start time from Hubert. Now we drop down, and at the moment it's looking incredibly tight. Klaasman almost gets it wrong on the entry. That means he can't contest the sprint. Van Eyck gives it to full throttle just in case. So Van Eyck through. He's going to take himself in to the next round. House goes through. Klaasman waves to the crowd. He, along with his countrymen, out at this stage.
I love this course here in Aalen in Germany. This is our third time here, the first World Championships. We've had 2 World Cups here in 23 and 22. We've got another heat lined up. It's Ben Lukman from Singapore, Kalhoven from France, Plas from the Netherlands, and Vlamer from Czechia.
Third of our quarterfinals, one more to go after this. Ben Lukman, one of our fiery, faster riders. Vlamer, well, he went through because there were some incidents. He wasn't expected to maybe go as far as this. However, now's the time for him to seize the opportunity. He moves into 4th place, so Ben Lukman is all elbows out at the moment. Oh, and both of them whipping it up. That was almost synchronized whips from the riders as they came over there, side by side coming in. Will they make it out in one piece? Oh, they do, but no, they don't. Nowhere they gone. They haven't. They went in side by side. We've just lost Ben Lukman off the front of this race. He's gone down, I think, with the French rider Kalhoven. They went in together. I don't think they made it out of the truck. I think they went straight into the back wall. They pretty much they went in. And these 2 riders, they could go through here because they are the only 2 riders left on course. We're going to have a look at what happened there. I hope somebody's got a camera in there, because Ben Lukman, who was fighting at the front there with Thibaut Kalhoven, they went into the trucks together, side by side. Neither of them are known for giving way. I don't think anybody has. Well, now these 2, smart money says, save the bike, save your energy, ride round, roll round, be calm. Get through the truck if you need to get through. We're just going to take a look at this. We've got at least 1 bike in there, and I think we're just going to take a look, see if we get our runners out the other side. It may well be that the course has had to be stopped on the way through, and the course on a hold. Our 2 leaders come out the other side, and smart riding by them by not racing into there. They knew there was an incident in there, so they've been very careful going in. Now we will bring you news of what's happened as it goes through. But we know that these riders, they are racing for a world championship. They will give it everything. These 2 riders, and if we focus on these for the moment, now need to be calm. They've seen what can happen. They have to not let it affect them, because when they go to the next round, they still have to give it absolutely everything. So really tricky doing that now. You can see Ben Lukman, the medics with him. They're just going to take him out, and he's back on his feet, which is always good to see. We'll hope to see him back on the bike as soon as he can. He's one of the real characters of the sport. But coming through, these 2 riders are going to go through cleanly in and through into our semi-finals. Plas and Thomas Vlamer of Czechia go in through and on to the semi-finals. So we're going to just wait to see if we have a slight delay to this summer. It's always a tough time at the office when riders get injured, but it is part of bike racing, I guess.
It is, and the first rule of Eliminator racing is you have to get your bike across the line. And this season we have seen so many riders with mechanicals and problems, and can I just say, take a look at that. Kalhoven up and finishing his run. Fantastic to see.
It is brilliant to see, and I'm sure he will be the first rider to go down and see Ben Lukman and check he is okay. So that is a push along there, a little squeeze into the finish by Thibaut Kalhoven. It's not going to be his World Championships today. Well done for riding in and through the finish. And I'm sure Ben Lukman will be getting the best of attention. The medic's on site here, and we will bring you any news when we get it.
Well, this is the last heat today in the quarterfinals. The men, Perrin Gagne from France, Klemenchek from Slovenia, Gegenheimer from Germany, and Riker, the 2nd German rider here in this heat.
So away we go. The last 2 riders, who's going to secure their spot? big home favourite Simon Gegenheimer, a former world champion, against the defending world champion, that is Perrin Gagné. Perrin Gagné from France at the front here, all elbows, throwing the bike about. He wants to be at the front, he does not want to have an issue in there. He goes through cleanly. Immediately behind him, you can see that the squeeze is coming on because the man sitting in second position, man with the number 3 plate on, Mr. Moustache from Germany, Simon Gegenheimer. A home race for him. He's been heavily involved in bringing the World Cup to Aalen. He's been involved in bringing the World Championships. He's sitting in his second wheel in a qualifying position. If he gets through, the crowd will go mad. Slovenia and Jakub Klemenchik at the moment looking for his moment to make a move. He's sitting in third wheel at the moment, and then is to be Rika sitting in fourth position down the straight. Big sprint comes from Perrin Gagné. He moves across. Klemenchik trying to find a way through. Gegenheimer saw the risk. He went right around the outside. How did he keep it going? I'm not sure where he found the grit going around there. He went around the outside. He took the long route round. Gegenheimer and Perrin Gagné, the two riders at the front, pushing on. Klemenchik at the moment in 3. He tried to find a way through on the sprint. He couldn't do so. And they shut the door on him. Perrin Gagné went slightly to the left there. Gegenheimer went to the right and took the pace in and round. All 4 riders over, and this is not over by any stretch of the imagination now. Niels Obed Rika has been known to make a few very, very close moves. Let's go over the top. Will he be able to do so this time around? He's got to go from 4th into the top 2 to move through. That is going to be a huge, huge ask. Gegenheimer leading his way around here in the quarterfinals, goes right to the top of the wall right there. Almost pushing the branding off the top. He goes into this sprint now. The big sprint is coming. Gegenheimer sprints. He wants to hold on. Perrin Gagné, the world champion, is taken out in the sprint. Klemenchik is going through.
Well, Perrin Gagné looking like he's just gone out in the quarterfinals. The reigning world champion. He has won those stripes 5 times. Potential 6th opportunity today. Well, it looks like it's Gegenheimer and Klemenchik who will go through from that heat. So Rocker, Lind, Plas, Flam, Van Eck, Hauser, Gegenheimer and Klemenchik are the 8 riders through to the men's semi-finals. Big news, our reigning world champion is out.
The racing coming thick and fast here at the World Championships. Emma, fantastic action. We move onwards.
We do indeed. This is the first round of the women's semi-final, and these are absolutely stacked with class riders. Any one of these 8 riders could take away the title today. But in semi-final number 1, we have the 15-second board going at the moment, but it's Migden from Denmark, Tormena from Italy, Lite from Brazil, and De Vries from the Netherlands.
So Tormena in the blue kicks out hard. He's pushed in that bike into position 1. Lite right on the heels here. Lite almost lands slightly to the left there. That puts a little bit of a hold to De Vries' acceleration. Migden's going to take advantage and come out, I think, in 3rd place as they come out from the truck. She does in the red there of Denmark. However, it is the Italian colours on the front because Tormena continuing to open the gap now. She had a relatively trouble-free race up to this point last time round, unlike Fromberger, who certainly didn't. And at the moment, Tormena holding that gap. It's not extending as much as maybe we have seen in previous races. Is she holding something back just so that she is going to be ready for the finals? 2 riders through, 2 riders eliminated. It is a 4-rider final. Remember, at the end of the race at the moment, Gael Tormena looking like she is setting her stall out to go into that. Does anybody look like they can challenge it in this? Never mind in the finals. I'm not so sure. The positions are for 2 and 3, though. That is incredibly tight. Migden there moves into 2, and I'll tell you something, Lite is unsettled by that because Lite, an uncharacteristic mistake going over those doubles, has cost her time. So Tormena in 1 comes out the truck. In at 2 is Migden. The Denmark rider is going to make this hers if she can hold this gap on Lite. Lite is going to give it absolutely everything. She's got basically nothing to lose at this stage, I think, because if she can push, she can get herself into our finals. If she doesn't, well, she's going to have to fight out for 5th and 8th place here. So round that left-hand turn goes the race leader. 2nd place in the red there. That's Migden. Gonna go over these rollers, just gonna keep this nice and smooth and go round the correct key curves and over onto our big gap jump, that big drop down. The race leader goes Migdom in 2, and I think Lite from Brazil is going to be eliminated here. Tormena shuts off the gas early. She knows she's through in 1. I'll tell you something, this is the Gaia Tormena that we see at the big events. Big events, she pulls out the rides time and time again. Migdom coming through in second, Denmark through to our finals as well.
Well, Tormena and Migdom making it through to the main finals today. Their rainbow dreams are still alive. Lite and De Vries will go through to the small final to decide places 5th through to 8th. Well, the next semi-final is indeed ready to go. So from the Netherlands, Van Dietz, from Germany, Fromberger, from France, Boissier, and the second German rider in this heat is indeed Schrivers.
Well, Marion Fromberger looks down from the poster above, down on Fromberger in real life on the start line. Has she got that bike sorted? Has she got it now? This kick off from the start, so critical. We've seen it time and time again. There were 4 wide coming off from the straight. It's hardly separated at all here. They're landing almost in a pack. You could throw a blanket over the top of these riders as they come in through, but it looks to me like we're going to see Fromberger come out with that number 2 plate, second fastest in our qualifying. She goes round. She is currently leading this out, but behind it's close, and I wouldn't put money on who's going to take that second or third place spot. Fromberger, surely, if she can keep that bike together, he's not going to lose this now. She didn't have a great race here in the last World Cup we had here last year. She stacked it on the way round, and that was not good news for her because it took her out of contention, but she picked herself back up again, and she's out and racing again. She's overcome a mechanical issue at the preceding quarterfinals in this semi-final at the end of lap number 1, leading out Marion Fromberger in 2. It's going to be our countrywoman Leah Schreves in 3 then. It's going to be Amun van Diesa from the Netherlands, and currently in 4, it's French woman Madison Boissier. Over the jump they go. Boissier comes through the last of those 4 riders into the trot. A big look over the shoulder. The move being made by Van Diest on the way in. You hold our breath coming out on this side by side on that drop down. Van Diest is the one who can make it stick. Schrevers blinked first there in that game of chicken into the corner as they go over the top there. And these 2 riders are pushing it to the absolute limit because they know that they're going to get in there now. If the rider at the front shuts down too early, that is Fromberger, then it can cause problems for the riders behind in second place. She will know that it's Van Diest behind. Schrevers surely is wanting the brakes being kept on this to keep her in touch with the chance to go round. But Fromberger has to ride her own race here as well because she knows she's got to sprint off from this down ramp and she's got to make this hers. Fromberger goes in 1, the fight is on behind. Van Diest unleashes the sprint, but look at Schrevers coming on the side. I think it's gonna be, it is 2 German riders going through. Look at that, high fives. Fromberger goes through, Schrevers goes through, Van Diest not to be today. And she's just taken in that sprint. That's not something you say often.
Well, Amun van Dietz giving it her all, the rider from the Netherlands. Boissier running her bike across the line to finish. She's got an issue with the bike. In fact, we've seen lots of issues with chains today. But Fromberger and Schrevers, the 2 riders from heat number 2, joining Tormena and Migdom in that main final today. Well, we can say that the women's semi-finals were superb. The men's semi-finals are up next. Lind, Hauser, Van Eck and Rocket go in the first heat. In the second, it's Gegenheimer, Plas, Klemenchik and Flammer. The first heat are down in the start pens. Rocket in 1, Lind in 2, Hauser in 3, Van Eck in 4, and the 15 seconds to start have been given.
Don't go anywhere. This is going to be a nail-biting race here. All these riders have a good kick. Lind and Rocker at the moment are going to come into this very much side by side, but I think the big kick coming from Jeroen van Eck, the big Dutchman, flying his way up to the front, and he has managed to assert his number 1 position in this race. Now, all of these riders have big sprints on them. They're all known for their kick from a slower pace. Does that mean we're going to see this go slow? No, we are not, because I don't think any of them dare risk put it to a sprint when you have got so many talented sprinters in there. Van Eck goes through at the front of the race here. Lind in 2 in the blue, Rocker in 3. Hauser keeps his wheels down there. If you can keep the bike down, keep the pressure on those pedals, accelerate through as you come over the top, you can drive the pace up here, but they all know that technique. Van Eck is going to lead them in. He starts to go wide, setting up for this corner, carries a lot of pace around there. You've got to choose your moment to start engaging that drive. When you put the pedals down, you do not want to clip the floor with the pedal, and at the moment Van Eck is bossing this from the front. And I think Hauser thinks he's now out of it. He's just he's just dropped off the back here. He was in 4th place. I don't think he can see a way round. He's dropped off. He's saving his energy to see whether he'll end up in the top 5 or not a little later on. But at the moment, this looks like it's going to be a battle for 2nd and 3rd places. Van Eck at the moment, I think, should be able to drive off that final obstacle from that gap jump. A little bit of loss of speed there. Rocker not smooth over there. That might cost him some momentum as he came into the curves. He needs to drive off now. Now he's going to take the run onto Lind. Lind has got a big sprint. He's holding him behind him. He's holding him. Can he hold him? He just holds him. Rocker not going to make it through. He stayed in that slipstream as long as he could. When he went out into the wind, though, he couldn't get round Lind. Van Eck and Lind through, Rocker out, and it's going to be Hauser out as well.
Well, Rocker and Hauser are going to go through to our small final 2. Sort 5th through to 8th place. Van Eck and Lind are going to go through to the main final today. The 2nd semi-final of the men's competition is down in the start line now. From Czechia, Flamer. From the Netherlands, Plas. From Germany, Gegenheimer. And from Slovakia, Klemenchik.
So our 4 riders lined up on the start line. 2 riders to go through. Who will be joining the riders Van Eck and Lind in our main final here? So let's see how they run. It is going to be a real fight all the way to the line. Flamer on the left from Czechia. He is the potentially the surprise rider in this mix. Of 15 seconds go, board goes across. Anytime in the next 15 seconds, we're going to see that kick off the line. Let's see, can Gegenheimer get through? Is he going to make it into that final? He's gone really hard off from the start. Klemenchik, who squeezed his way in and put out the world champion, he's going to make his way round and go into the front of the race, going into the trucks as they come out. Klemenchik holds the front of the race. Gegenheimer in that danger zone. In 2, in 3 at the moment. It's Yale Plas. Yale Plas. This is, I think, his best result that we have seen all season, if not ever, in the World Cup and World Championships here. This is a fantastic race. He's got to keep himself in position. He has got some moves that he's going to need to make on the way through. Flamer sitting at the back of this group of 4 as they come round. The man who's probably going to be most worried at the moment is Gegenheimer. He's got the pressure and he's got to take that out of his mind. He's got to focus on the task in hand. That is to qualify. The best way to do that is to take the win. He knows he's got to squeeze on through here at the end of lap 1, one of the big overtaking opportunities as you come into this left-hand turn here. He goes wide. They look over, and at the moment nobody's going to be able to, I think, to carry enough pace to go past him. But Gegenheimer is the man who carries the pace. He goes over the top of Klemenchik. He lands it. He nails it. All 4 riders landing. I think if you were trying to get all 4 riders in that space even a millisecond earlier or later, it wouldn't have been a matter of fitting in. It would have been a matter of bikes going everywhere. That was perfect timing by the riders. They just kept it together. The man who's profited is Gegenheimer. Gegenheimer in 1, Klemenchik in 2 at the moment. Will it stay this way? Plas sitting in wheel 3, then Flamer in 4. Here we go, round this left-hand turn. All 4 riders going up. They're all going to take the wide line. They're all going to go high on the banking. Gegenheimer goes lower than we've seen him earlier on. He's carrying the pace, though. He's holding it down. Klemenchik opens up the sprint. He's looking to go through. I don't think we're going to see Plas go through. We're not going to see Flamer go through. Well, Gegenheimer is going to make it into the finals. That's something that would have been on his hit list, I think, for as long as he can remember, making it to the finals in his home race at the World Championships.
Well, absolutely phenomenal racing in those men's semi-finals. Gegenheimer and Klemenchik qualifying in heat number 2, joining Van Eck and Lind from the first semi-finals. Rockerhauser, Plass and Flammer will go through to our small final to decide 5th place through to 8th. Well, we've had some surprises already today. We are guaranteed a new men's world champion, but the question is, will Gaia Tormena take her 5th world championships? Not consecutive, it'll be her 4th consecutive, but can she take her 5th? Well, we are going to have a walk down into the paddock with Simon, our trackside reporter, to have a chat with some of our riders in the lead up to that World Championship final.
So as we just wait for Simon to make his way in through, almost a bit like Formula 1, he's got to fight his way through the scrum. You can see that is a rider who is very hairy. Marion is down there. Marion Tormena is rocking here. Let's see if Simon's managed to find somebody to talk to down there.
Dan Oyola, you were one of the participants today. You are also the teammate of Simon Gegenheimer, Titouan Perrin-Gagné. First, tell us, how was racing here in this insane amount of fans here in Germany?
Like you say, it's really insane. I think this is the event of the year. There's a lot of people, maybe 20,000 people, so the pressure here is a bit more than the normal races, but we really love this kind of habitat.
You have seen Simon this morning, today. How is he in his home race? Such an important race here today.
So, you know, he's really talented, he's really strong, and he's really focused now on the race. So we are a team, we are here to represent our countries, but first we are a team. Actually, our hashtag is one team. So Simon now is the leader, he's the only one in the race, so we have to support him, but I think he's really under control.
You think he has a good chance to become again the UCI World Champion today?
Yeah, of course. He's Simon Gegenheimer, he can do everything.
Have you seen the race of Titouan? Titouan, too bad, got out of the race?
Yeah, you know, cycling is like that. Sometimes you have a really good day and sometimes you have a really bad day. So we try to work like in a team, and there was 3 of us in a heat in 8 finals, then in the 4th final, so it's the same. But I think Titouan did it good.
The level of racing here in Aalen is insane. I have so much guys that can become the UCI World Champion today.
Yeah, I really hope we have this event for more years, because it's really insane how many people we have here. I think even we don't have this kind of people in any races in the world. So this is really cool.
What's the crucial point of this race on this track?
It starts really fast, and then you can control a bit when you have to push in the straight. So the first lap is just like the warm-up, and the second lap is the most important, because you have to save power for the last straight.
Can you still win if you're 2nd or 3rd before the sprint?
Yeah, I think you can. It's really better if you are in the first position, because like that you have more power to the final and you have more speed. But if you are 2nd and you are really strong and you're feeling good and you save power in the last hit, I think you really can win.
Thank you, Dan. Back to commentator.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Simon Gegenheimer, the rider on our screen at the moment, he's got to be one of the favourites for this final today. It is his home race, and he did indeed take the World Championship title in 2021. Well, we are now going to hear from his compatriot. With an explanation about the bikes.
Servus, ich bin die Marion vom Mountainbike Racing Team und ich stelle euch heute mein Racebike vor für die Weltmeisterschaften und zeige euch, was daran so besonders ist. Wenn Leute mein Bike hochheben, dann ist das Erste, was kommt, boah, ist das leicht. Das liegt vor allem an unserem leichten Carbonrahmen. Viele Mountainbikes haben hinten und vorne eine Federung. Wir fahren mit einer Federgabel vorne, die 100 mm Federweg hat, und hinten wird darauf geachtet, dass der Rahmen so steif wie möglich ist, damit am Start die volle Kraft übertragen wird. Bei uns im Sprint fahren wir fast ausschließlich mit Lockout. Das heißt, dass die Gabel blockiert ist. Wir können die aber auch öffnen und das hilft uns vor allem in technischen Passagen, gerade bei Sprüngen, damit wir besser landen können. Ähnlich wie der Lockout hilft uns, die Dropper Seat Post besser über Hindernisse drüber zu springen. Beim Thema Schaltung entscheidet jeder Fahrer individuell, was seine speziellen Vorlieben sind. Ich persönlich fahre vorne ein 36er Kettenblatt, das heißt 36 Zähne. Das ist gerade für Mädels ziemlich groß. Unser Reifenprofil ist ein bisschen abhängig vom Wetter und den örtlichen Begebenheiten. Was aber immer gleich ist, wir fahren ohne Schläuche mit einer speziellen Dichtungsmilch. Die kann man aber nicht trinken. Jetzt habt ihr gerade schon ganz schön viel über mein Racebike gelernt. Das steht so, wie es ist, in ganz vielen Radläden. Nur ein Detail ist anders. Und das ist die Lackierung, die ganz speziell von den Mechanikern nur für mich gemacht worden ist. Und die darf ich auch nur so lange fahren, solange ich Deutsche Meisterin bin und hoffentlich nur ganz lang bleibe.
Fabulous to hear from our riders, and great to hear about the bikes, because that is what it is all about. You've also got to get that bike over the line. Well, we are warming up now for those finals. The final preparations will be underway from our riders. We have the women's final up first. Tormena, current reigning world champion from Berger, Shrivers and Migdam. In the men's final, we are going to see Lind, Gegenheimer, Van Eck and Klemenchik battle it out for that rainbow jersey. All 8 of those riders will be dreaming about standing on the top step today and being the 2024 World Champion.
Look at the crowds that are here, and I thought that was one of the real key points in that interview with Daniel Niolo in there. He just said the crowds were crazy. I mean, the word he used was insane. They're absolutely huge, 20,000 plus people, and we've seen this time and time again. The atmosphere is huge. Great to see these skills on show, and it's not just about pure speed. We've seen people over jumping. We've seen people taking too much pace in. It's about making sure your bike can hold itself together, and hopefully it's going to inspire a whole new generation of riders to go out and race and ride. And what a great day out.
Well, if you are new to Mountainbike Eliminator and you've just tuned into the World Championships and you want to keep up with everything that's going on, you can head over to City Mountain Bike for social media. You can sign up to the City Mountain Bike newsletter, which will give you all the information, not just about the World Championships, but also about the UCI MTB Eliminator World Cup Series for 2024. Well, here it is. This is the World Championship final for 2024. The UCI MTB Eliminator World Championships. And these are the 4 women down in the start pen. Gaia Tormena from Italy, Marion from Berger from Germany, Leah Shrivers from Germany, and Lena Migdam from Denmark.
So 4 riders lined up, the former world champion, the defending world champion, Gaia Tormena in the blue, in the centre, her preferred line there. Migdam with the riders right or left. From Berger and Shrivers, the 2 country women out on the right-hand side as we look down on our screens at the moment. This start absolutely critical. We heard that in the interview. Are we going to see a Tormena start? She was the fastest in the time trial. Fromberger was the second fastest. This start is key, and at the moment it looks like Tormena just has the edge on Fromberger coming in to the bigger doubles, and as they go over the top there, that is the order to start off with. It's Tormena, it's Fromberger, it's Shrivers, and it's Migdam at the moment. Remember, there are 3 medals at stake: the bronze, the silver, the gold medal. It's that world title they all want. They all want those iconic rainbow bands on that jersey, the white jersey with those stripes. Are they going to be able to pull this on? They've got to keep it together for 2 laps. This is not about elimination now. This is about going for the win. Big look over the shoulder there by Tormena, but she has not got much of a gap at the moment. Fromberger is sitting right on her heels. What can she do about the Italian who excels on the big day? Fromberger, though, with home support. Will this huge crowd cheer her on? Will they get to find something extra? Shriver sprinting to be in position. Look how low Fromberger's going on there. She's trying to minimise that frontal area. She's trying to keep her pace as high as possible, using as little energy as she does as possible to do that now. over the top, clean and landing from our front two. Shraver's a little bit more all over the road at the moment, over these cobbles to go in through the truck, and at the moment the gap is opening up between 1 and 2 here. It'll close down as we go into the more technical obstacles as the speed goes down. As the speed picks up, it will open back up again. That compression and expansion is what can give those riders behind hope, because that leader slows, you can just push in, but at the moment there's no sign of slowing for Gaia Tormainer in 1. The battle behind for the silver and bronze medal is currently between the 2 German riders, and it's currently going to be Fromberger in 2. Tormainer goes up onto the top here. She drops back down again behind. You can see that run for the line, there is no mistaking our champion, world champion. She does it once again. Gaia Tormainer in 1. Behind, it was close in that sprint. Did Shreevers take it? She did, from Marion Fromberger in 3. Make them in 4.
What a final. Gaia Tormainer takes her 5th World Championships here in Aalen today. A closely fought battle with the 2 German riders. Leah Shreevers just pipping her compatriot Marion Fromberger on the line. Lena Migdam finishing in 4th. Well, that is one very happy Italian rider, Gaia Tormainer, taking the cheers from the crowd. She's going to take away the rainbow jersey for 2024 to add it to her one from last year, from 22, 21 and 2019. Phenomenal riding and racing by Tormainer. Shreivers, Fromberger and Migdam. Also great racing in that final.
And that battle for 2nd and 3rd place, it showed it is not over till you get to the line. Let's see if our men can do the same.
Well, lined up in the start line for the final is indeed our men. So Lind from Sweden, Gegenheimer from Germany, Van Echt from the Netherlands and Klemenchek from Slovenia, whilst we see shots of our female riders being congratulated down in the finish area.
And look at the difference here. Tormainer, it was just her day today. Fromberger absolutely bitterly disappointed with not taking away the title there, and all that no doubt will be playing on the mind of the men. Shreevers elated with that 2nd place. That's her best position in the World Championship that I can remember, certainly over the last few years.
It is indeed. Now, Lind leading the World Cup Series standings at the moment. Really big rider, powerful rider from Sweden. Gegenheimer, the local rider from Germany, has previously won the World Championships back in 2021, so he knows what it takes. Klemenchek, the Slovenian rider, riding really well today to progress to this final. And Van Eck, the rider from the Netherlands, well, a class performance so far to make the final.
Watch out for this start, it's going to be key. Lind is quick off the mark, so is Van Eck. Gegenheimer really wants this. Can Germany take away a gold medal on home turf? We have got 1 Italian world champion so far here at the Mountainbike Eliminator World Championships for 2024. Away they go. This kick is going to be key. Look at Lind go out of the start gates. He's putting so much power down there. He carries the speed. Gegenheimer at the moment boxed out of this as Van Eck comes up the inside. They go into the truck, and as they squeeze through, Gegenheimer has been forced down into 4th place. He can't find a way through. He didn't have the pace. He got boxed out at the start, and this could lead to some very interesting manoeuvres as they come round. Everybody here will throw everything, including the kitchen sink at this. They want to come out clean here. Who's going to take it? Van Eck controlling the pace here. He knows what it is to take away a win. He's a prolific winner. He's a fearsome fighter. He goes up onto the box. He's going to do the drop down. The gap just starting to open a little bit on Lind. Is Lind just taking the chance to roll down and on him? Lind's got nothing left in there. Look at the face of Lind. He's put so much in, he can't close gap to Van Eck at the moment. They're queuing up behind him. Klemenchek in the green of Slovenia. I think he can make a move. Oh, he almost goes into Gegenheimer on the landing. Gegenheimer with the elbow. He's like, oh, not again. Because he comes in, he's going to be in 4th place coming out of the truck. Oh, what can he do? He's on home turf. He's got to get him out surely here. But his work is really well and truly in front of him because he's at the back here. And Jeroen Van Eck is looking imperious at the front. Can anybody do anything about him? Lynn keeps trying. He cannot bring him back. And Jeroen Van Eck is eking out centimetre by centimetre. Cobblestone back. Oh, and Lynn goes sliding to the side. Lynn comes down on the penultimate corner. He's almost there, and he lost it. Now Jeroen Van Eck comes down. He's got clear air. The other two have been held up. Are we going to see Gegenheimer come and sprint through to take a silver? Jeroen Van Eck is your world champion. He comes through at the front. Klemenchek in 2, Gegenheimer in 3.
What a final. Lind is up, he is fine. Absolutely phenomenal final in that men's race. Jeroen Van Eck taking the win. He is the 2024 UCI Mountain Bike Eliminator World Champion.
Well, what a contrast. Lind on the floor shouting, bring me my bike. Get it back here, I want it right to the line. Then you've got Jeroen Van Eck absolutely ecstatic. Now, here we go. Lind is on his way here. Look at this. He styles it up. That is what you call class. He may not have got the medal. He was right in the mix there. He slid out, but he picked himself back up. You could see he was on the limit, and that is when it's so easy to make mistakes. Now, here we go. This start critical for Lind. He went up and took a position. Gegenheimer got boxed back, and Van Eck started to control this race. On the run through the line of the lap 1, you could see that Lind had nothing left. He goes in hot, slide in. Big slide in, takes that right-hand turn. So here we go, round that turn, into the finish. Look at what it means to Jeroen Van Eck. He's got the rainbow jersey that he's wanted for a long, long time. I think there's going to be some great interviews and podcasts with him now. Here we go. That's your result, Emma. What a ride. What a race.
It was absolutely phenomenal. So the UCI 2024 Mountain Bike Eliminator World Championships here from Aalen in Germany. Confirmation, Jeroen Van Eck from the Netherlands takes 1st place, and that rainbow jersey from Slovenia's Jakub Klemenchek, Simon Gegenheimer from Germany in 3rd, and Edvard Lind from Sweden coming over the line to finish the race in 4th place. Well, the congratulations are all around down on the finish line for that men's race at the moment, Matt. You know, Perrin Gagne, he's taken this rainbow jersey 5 years. Jeroen Van Eck, it's his 1st year, and boy is he happy about it.
I'm not surprised. I mean, you can see him now. Everybody from our race organiser to his fellow competitors. That is sportsmanship. Simon Gegenheimer there, congratulating him. We've seen the French team there. So it's a man who'd been on the floor with a broken crank, literally snapped the crank in 2 on his bike in the racing to take him out. Van Eck, can he compose himself to even string a sentence together? That is one tired rider.
It is, and one very happy rider as well. Well, we are going to hear, I think, from our winners today very, very shortly. But as you can imagine, this is the World Championships. There's some very ecstatic riders down there, and a lot of people who want to congratulate them.
So we are just waiting for the interviews to start. When they grab the riders, get them into place.
What does this mean for you?
It's incredible. As every year, it's really amazing because wearing this jersey is the dream of every child, every children. All the children dream about the rainbow jersey. I prepared for this race since December, I think. I was really looking forward to this race because the atmosphere is amazing, the crowd is stunning, and so yes, I'm very, very happy.
What does it mean for you riding in a rainbow jersey? You've lost it before, you've got it back now, you've got it again. What does this mean riding all year long in a rainbow jersey?
after winning the rainbow jersey multiple times, I can say that I'm now a bit jealous about the stripes. I don't want to give them away. But at the same time, I understood and I learned that it is not a jersey that defines the person you are. And so, with or without the rainbow jersey, Gaia is always Gaia.
About today, you seemed so strong. You won the time trial, you won every heat. You were so strong.
Yes, I tried to do my best from the beginning and try to, gain as much as possible on the obstacles. As I said, I prepared very well for this race, so I have to thank my coach, first of all, Sergio, who always believed in me and let me improve. And then my team, GS Lupi, my Italian army, Esercito, that supports me daily, and most of all the National Federation, who's here with me.
One more thing that struck me, you were watching the men's race and you were so emotional seeing it. Why was it so emotional for you?
This is something typical about Gaia. I never cry for myself, quite never, but I cry for the others. And seeing Jeroen winning the rainbow jersey after his comeback is amazing. I mean, before starting racing Eliminator, I was looking at him as an idol, and now being friends and chat in the hotel and asking him for feedbacks, it's incredible. I'm so happy for him. Probably I'm more happy for him than for me.
This also shows how strong the City Mountain Bike family is.
Yes, it's amazing, and I feel every year more proud of being part of the City Mountain Bike family. So thank you very much to the organizers. Thank you very much for City Mountain Bike, because they are realizing our dreams.
Thanks for being the person you are, and enjoy your world title.
Thank you very much.
Well, Gaia Tolmena there, just proving how wonderful our world champions are at the Mountain Bike Eliminator World Championships here today in Aalen in Germany. And we are about to move to the flower ceremony. So Marion Fromberger taking third place today in the final. Leah Shrevers from Germany taking second, and Gaia Tolmena taking first place, the Italian rider. It's her 5th world title in the XCE Eliminator. Well, that's 3 very happy riders in the women's championships on the podium there. The presentation for the rainbow jersey will be a little later. We will move now to the men's interview. Hopefully we're going to have an interview with our new world champion.
Let's see what he has to say. I mean, Gaia Tolmena showing just exactly what it means to the riders, and it is one big family, and they will be celebrated, I'm sure, like one big family a little bit later on, and consoling those people at home. I hope we've really kept everybody happy here today, and that shows you. She says she didn't cry much for herself, and she cried for everybody else. Well, there's plenty of tears down there at the ceremony from our riders. So here we go. I think we're going to get a few words. Simon, our intrepid reporter, is there, and he's all ready to interview Jeroen van Eck.
Jeroen van Eck, your first ever UCI world title. Must be the most crazy feeling for you.
I still can't believe it. As many of they know, I've been in this racing for such a long time already. Like, I think more than 10 years. I was aiming for that World Cup win, or the World Championships win. We never came closer than the second place, and I stepped out of the circuit for like 2 years. Coming back here, stronger than ever, I assume, and taking the win here, it's just, I don't have words for it.
You're beating Simon Gegenheimer here in his home city. You must have been so motivated, it must have been so hard to beat him.
Well, first of all, just an amazing venue, so many people cheering. And I did hear at the start, everyone was saying Simon, Simon. And in my head it was just Jeroen, Jeroen. So I really used the audience also in my favor, and I think we just made a great show. And I must say, I heard a noise in the last corner, and then I knew we could have been close to the guys behind me, and therefore I could make it quite easy to the finish. Otherwise, I think it would have been very close. I mean, the first lap we were really close together, but I could make the pace and was in control, and in the end I kept out of trouble and took the win.
You've been a big part of the Eliminator scene. You have seen the sport grow. I think now the sport is at the highest level ever. There are so many contenders. What do you think about how big the sport has become now?
Well, first of all, I feel so welcome and so overwhelmed with all the great congratulations from all my competitors. I mean, as I said, I've been out of the racing for a while, but coming back, taking the win, I mean, those guys were also battling really hard and they deserved as much as I did to take the win. For me, it finished as a fairy tale story, which is great. But then winning, turning myself around and see like, I don't know, 2,000 people around me, it was just nuts. And I really hope the racing continues in a way like this and let Aalen be an example to all the other cities we race.
You haven't seen it, but Gaia Tormena, she was not crying when she won herself, but she was crying when she saw you win. It tells so much, I think.
Yeah, as I said, like many of those guys I was racing for over 10 years, and we all aimed for that World Championships title. I could take twice the overall and twice the European, but I never had the world title, and all of them know how hard I was battling for it. So I think Gaia is a great example of how emotional and how connected the whole scene is still with me as an athlete, and that gives me a really special feeling.
Enjoy it, man. Enjoy the jersey and gold medal.
Thanks. Thank you, Gaia.
Well, that's one very happy winner today of the UCI Mountainbike Eliminator World Championships. Jeroen van Eck from the Netherlands, showing resilience, determination and never giving up payoff. Well, the men's flower ceremony now underway, and you can see the flowers being given out there. Simon Gegenheimer taking third place from Germany, on stage with the winner today, Jeroen van Eck.
Two of the old stages of City Mountain Bike. Great to see them in action.
Well, let's take a look at those highlights, shall we? Fabulous racing today at the 2024 UCI MTB Eliminator World Championships from Aalen in Germany, with Gaia Tormena and Jeroen van Eck taking away the rainbow jerseys. Next time you will see our new World Championships in action will be for round 6 of the Eliminator World Cup. That's on Sunday, August the 18th from Sao Paulo in Brazil. Until then, stay safe. Enjoy your riding.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.